it is the 14th of December, and I started the sketchbook on the 1st of January, 2021. And, well, I don't think I'm going to be drawing anything more in it before the end of the year, because I've kind of slowed down on drawing. So, I think I'm going to review it now, because that's what I've been planning on doing once I finished it. And my plan was to, do all the pages, and I only got about this far through it. So, pretty far, but, yeah, so I didn't fully complete it, but, it's my first serious sketchbook, so I didn't expect to. It was just a goal. So, of course, the front and back are just covered in Hunter x Hunter stickers because, I don't know, I kind of regret doing that. So, here's a table of contents, which I didn't continue, at all. So, if you skip a few pages, this is the first thing I did on the 1st of January. So, I wanted to get something in. So I just did some flowers and different plants with watercolors. I drew some characters. I don't really like these. And then I drew Josuke. This girl does really good art on Instagram, so I wanted to draw her, but I'm not good at drawing people, and it kind of got dirty. And then this was a challenge because Cyberpunk came out around this time. It was a draw this in your style, Cyberpunk Jolene. Doesn't really look like her though. Also, I don't even have an art style. This was going to be a frog spread, but I'd never finished it, so I just have 3 frogs. We're getting into February now, at least on this page. These are a little bit earlier, just some anime characters and 2B and Nier Automata. This page, so this is a printout of something from Pinterest, and then I copied it here, and then I drew this one only looking at this one, and then this one only looking at this one, just to see how far off I would get from this one. And as you can see, there's not that big of a change. So I started this every month, whereas a February watch list. As you can see, I watched a lot of anime stuff. It's all just anime. And then I drew My Hero Academia characters. I drew Jolene and Yukiko on sticky notes in marker. And then I kind of liked them, so I just glued them or taped them into my sketchbook, and then I drew them outfits. These are just some things I got off of Pinterest I thought were cool, and then I was practicing blending colored pencils. These 2 pages are both painted because I didn't like what was on them, so I painted over them and drew new stuff. So I drew Misa, and this is just a room, a perspective thing. Here's just some hands holding needles. I thought that was cool. And then this is my expression page that I was practicing at the time. So these are the first faces I ever did without a reference, just coming out of my brain. These ones were a reference. These 2 are shiny because I Mod Podged them. Both Pinterest. This one I try to draw realistically. It's kind of just a perspective thing, she's leaning over. Because I was trying to learn perspective, not very good at it. And then this I tried to make the girl in my art style, and yeah, the green paper is only here because I thought it looked cool. I wanted to practice male faces, never did. And then I wanted to practice hairstyles. So these 2 are reference photos. I have some cover things on them because the pencil likes to rub on each other, so it's just so they don't get dirty, because you'll see a lot of them are all messed up. So these are references from 3/4 view, and then these are I imagined these same hairstyles in frontal view. without a reference. So, never practiced hair again. So it's just a dumb picture. You see it got kind of ruined, but just a dumb picture me and Layla took, so my best friend. So I just wanted to draw it, thought it was funny. We're holding like a big can of chicken stock. Here's my March anime watch list, which I didn't watch very many things, and so just drew some anime characters. So this one's also Mod Podged. I didn't do this one Mod Podged because I ended up drawing it later, but there's Psyche and then I can't remember his name, but he's from Gurren Lagann. Anyways, thought it'd be cool to do a Spotify playlist thing. Doesn't look that cool. I don't like it. There's just some Hisoka eyes here, and there's a window cut out. The ink bled from the other page, and then there's Buff Garfield. These are just some project checklists I did, because I wanted to fill the page. These are some animal eyes I did in colored pencil, and then some human eyes I did, some in colored pencil. I don't really like doing them in colored pencil. You'll see I don't really color much of anything I draw. I really liked the Little Nightmares 2, so I was going to do a whole spread. Never did the second page, but I did Mono and Six. I think that's their names. Like I said, I don't even remember anymore. And then here I just did, like, here's a face, like a face shape of face, basic shapes in like a skull. Thought it looked cool, and it was just to break down the different parts of the face, kind of reimagine it, like, you know, for proportions. It's like you gotta imagine there's like a skull in the face, you know, in the structure. This was just some notes I took. I was watching a video and stuff, and then you see these got like really messed up. That's why I was putting these sheets over them. So I wanted to do Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse something. I don't know. I like the art style, so, you know, I did that. So there's both of the characters kind of in my style, and then, you know. Here I did a collage, so I took some book pages from an old book, and I collaged them together, and then I drew the famous, like, hands over them. And then this is the first person I ever drew, like, from my brain, and I drew different facial features and stuff to, you know, fill up the page. It's not very proportionate, it doesn't look great, but to start, this, I was going to make an OC's an original character. So here's some names I was coming up with. Story, never got to it. This is concept outfit, unfinished, because it will be determined by, like, the plot. So she doesn't have an outfit, she doesn't have a name, nothing, but she fully committed my mind. And then this is when Stone Ocean got announced. I was so excited. This was in April, which is crazy. So I drew the you know, the sprite of Jolene that we've seen a million times. And then I wanted to make this like my phone background for some reason. So I drew it, then I took a picture, then I put it into a digital art drawing thing and made it my background. It was stupid. This is the last anime watch list I made. So it's like really long, just because I was listing all of the shows I've watched for the past, well, up until now. This was another Pinterest kind of thing. I got a lot of inspiration off of Pinterest for drawing. Just a bunch of different eyes from this one page, and then this is a kind of to highlight the different parts of a neck. Like, it's a whole perspective thing. Again, yeah, it says eyes and perspective study. Usually I'll label stuff at the top. So this was pretty interesting. It was a cool warm-up I was doing where it's a random word generator, and I'll make two words, or I'll have it generate two words, and then I just draw those two things. So I got jam and cassette, so I drew some jars of jam and then cassette tape. And then I thought it'd be cool to do like some blocky things. I did that before with those hands. I just think it looks really cool. Here's that same concept again. I drew these on the bus like a while ago, actually. This one was telephone and book, so here's some stacks, and I don't know, I thought it looked cool. I was doing a page of noses to practice noses, and I realized that I just draw noses all the same, so I filled up the rest of the space with some cool eyes and stuff. These are like these wax pens that I had. I thought they were kind of cool. They're basically crayons, but a little more precise. So, I don't know, I wanted to try them out. I was just bored in class one day, so I did boxes of different things. This was going to be another random word generator, which is why it says RWG. It was going to be light bulbs and straws. Never finished it. This was a page. It was going to be me and my friend, but yeah, I never finished that one either. I have a hard time drawing myself, so. This is just a picture of Misa. It doesn't really look like her because I was going off of the fan art, not anything official. Nothing that came out of my brain, at least. These were just some faces I was practicing, so these were fully just out of my brain. Drew these in class one time, portrait study, and that was supposed to be me. Somehow does not look like me. Here, this page was originally going to be, see, it says flowers walk. So I went on a walk, took a bunch of pictures, because this was around springtime, and I was going to take a bunch of pictures of flowers and draw them, and I got bored from drawing them, so I stopped. And then I just filled the page with a bunch of eyes, because I was having fun drawing these marker eyes. And then this is just a cutout. I just pasted it over here because I didn't like what was under here. It was going to be like a lemon and I messed it up, so I scribbled over it. This page, it looks disproportionate, but they're separate drawings, so these were just hand studies. So this was, I was actually in my English class drawing these. We weren't supposed to have our phones out, and, well, I did, so. That's why they don't look so good. I was trying to be real discreet about it, but yeah, so these are just some hand studies with like chopsticks, and then I wanted to fill the page, so I drew like a Aaron Yeager, so, you know, you'll see a pattern. I really like drawing anime characters. I was watching a video about shapes and different perspectives on them and stuff, so it's just practice. I don't like this. It looks really bad, so covered it up with something pretty generic. So this is the design that I drew, just to like make sure I like got it down and everything. And I made these custom Crocs for this girl, and they kind of got ruined by water. I didn't know how to make them waterproof, I guess, but it was cool. She paid me for them, and that was the first time I've ever done a project like that, where someone was willing to pay me for something for my artwork, so that was pretty cool. So this was my drawing I did before I did the shoes. This was like a collage of drawings I've done, and pages and stickers, and so I taped it in here. This is failed. It's gonna be a character in perspective, and it doesn't look good. I didn't draw this. This was a little, I don't know, my friend drew my page, and then I drew Billie Eilish, and these look really bad, so I covered them up. This one was okay-ish, so I left it out, but I was just looking at posters on my walls for those ones, so I'm not very good at drawing realistically anything. And then I don't like these drawings. This was a Sally face, a marker version, so I just covered them up with some sticky note drawings. And then I really like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, so I drew some of my favorite characters from that. General Armstrong and Colonel So yeah, I tried to draw the Hubba Bubba thing. It looks really bad, so I covered it with a little cat and sunglasses. This is probably the best realistic stuff I've done. I did just some like pieces of faces, and this one forehead is just slightly turned. That's why the perspective looks a little bit off. This was a Pinterest drawing I did, and then I messed up on this marker drawing, so I made a cat, and then I just drew her out of my brain. She kind of looks like V from Shameless. At least that's what I've always thought every time I look at this page. Here's a Killing Stalking page saying he's wearing a shirt. Everyone's like, oh, you shirtless. No, because your body doesn't really do that. Fabric does that, but you know. And then, I can't even move that, but I messed up the eye a little bit. I was going to redraw it over there, but I never did. Then I drew Diva and On. On doesn't really look like herself because it was another fan art drawing I used as a reference. And then, yeah, I didn't cover this up. I didn't like the drawing underneath, so I just pasted some stuff over it. Didn't like that either. This was a painting I did, so I painted this. It's supposed to be like your perspective is the bottom of a lake. So you see the ducks floating on top and the lily pads on top. And this isn't the edge. This is just like the water getting like deeper. You know what I mean? But it doesn't really look like that. This was, I started drawing Deku. Doesn't look very accurate. And then this was going to be a birthday page because I was drawing this on my birthday, so I was going to paint them all. So I did the candles and I was going to do the balloons and the cake, but I actually got interrupted while drawing that for birthday cake, so. And then I watched all of Soul Eater, and so I wanted to draw something for that, so that's what that is. And then I was drawing Giyu from Demon Slayer with colored pencils and stuff, and didn't finish that either. Here's Kirby in some big cowboy boots, and then I'll cover that up because I'm not done with this. This is going to be part of a Christmas present for someone, and this kind of gives it away in the corner, so yeah, this is a Dorohedoro thing, so this is kind of like the cover photo they used for the anime, so, you know, and then I drew like a mushroom down here in the Gyoza fairy, so, yeah, it's gonna be a cover for something. And then I think that's it. I don't think I've drawn anything else. Yeah, so everything else in here is blank. There's probably like 30 pages or so, but yeah, I just wanted to review my sketchbook since it's been basically a whole year since I started it. It's my first serious one. I have a few that are like obviously not finished, never finished a full one, but they're from like, I don't know, a few years ago. But yeah, so instead of finishing this one, I'm just gonna leave it as is because the whole point was to, you know, draw on it for this whole year. So once this year ends, I'm not gonna draw on it anymore, and I'm just going to buy a new one because I didn't end up filling out the whole thing, but the whole point was to do it within a year. So you know, whatever I got done from that, I'll just kind of leave there. Otherwise it kind of defeats the whole purpose, I feel. So yeah, anyways, that's my whole year-long first serious sketchbook. So